2013. Your 9-year anniversary is almost coming up, and Bellator has kept you very active for those years. How have you experienced this time in a major promotion like Bellator MMA?
Very, I'm very excited, and at the same time, very prepared. You know, I'm I have a lot of experience here in Bellator, but I think this is the time that I feel matured enough to make a main event and sure win the fight. That's what matters. There's it's very meaningful for me, not just for me, for all my team making this main event, not just the main event, but against Neiman. Um, this opponent is very meaningful for me too. So I'm very excited.
Welterweight is one of, and maybe even the most stacked division in Bellator MMA. How long were you thinking about moving up to this exciting division?
Um, I think lightweight and welterweight they're the hardest division, the hardest weight class in MMA. So I'm moving up. I used to fight tough guys in lightweight, and it's the same thing in the welterweight, but I'm a little bit more like happier than healthier this time.
Yeah, you look happy. Neiman had a tough fight in his last fight when he stepped in the cage against Logan Storley. Did you watch that fight, and what did you make of his performance?
Yes, it did. They fought a good fight. It was a war, but they didn't grapple. It was just a stand-up fight, and I thought it was really good. Even though those guys they're not strikers, they made a really good job. And I'm excited to see what he has to bring.
So a lot of people think, Goiti, that in this fight with you, between you and him, kind of the same thing is going to happen. Good jiu-jitsu against good jiu-jitsu. So are we going to see a mainly stand-up battle, do you think?
Well, I hate to predict fights. I really hate to predict fights because I'm not good at it. I don't. I'm not. My predictions are very bad. But I think and at some point of the fight we will grapple, and if he wants to stand up, good. I'm ready to fight on the feet, but I'm a natural born grappler, so I'm ready to grapple with him.
Cannot wait to see you perform again. Good luck on fight night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Jay?
Hi, Goiti. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You have the most submission wins in the history of Bellator MMA with 9 submissions. Is there a certain finish that really stands out to you?
Well, I think people don't believe me, but you know, this last year I've been training a lot of grappling, but before that I don't used to train a lot of grappling. So I had a big jiu-jitsu background back in the days. I was like almost 100% grappler, but it's a really, like I said, it's very meaningful for me fighting against the Gracie, and sure I want to test myself in the ground against Neiman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dylan?
Hey, Goiti, thanks for taking the time. The other reporter just mentioned you hold the record for most submissions in Bellator history. Do you get excited when you attain these accolades, or you just solely focus on securing wins?
Exactly. I'm just focused in the win. No matter how I'm gonna win, no matter how many time we're going to take, I'm just go out there and get the win. This is what matters. This is what this is all about competition. Competition. The only thing that matters in competition is win the fight. So of course I like to finish my fights in the ground because I don't like to hurt my opponents. But this is the tough business. This is MMA. We hurt each other. If we have to go to the battle to cut each other, to punch each other, I know I'll have to deal it. I have no problem to deal it, but like I said, what matters to me is the competitive part of the game, and that's the win. You got to win the game.
And you've earned stoppages at featherweight, lightweight, and now welterweight under the Bellator banner. Do you ever miss having to cut that extra weight, or are you most happy here at 170?
Way better now. 170. This is my weight class. I'm not cutting less. I got bigger. Real weight, like muscles, not fat. I don't like to be a fat guy in the off season. And welterweight, it don't make me, get lazy or something. And just I work even harder. But now with health, I'm healthier. Can get some quality muscles, and I'm still cutting, but like I said, way happier and stronger.
And lastly, this deep into your career, are fight weeks a little less nerve-wracking, or are the nerves all the same as they were when you first got started here in Bellator?
Way different. I was talking about it with my team, and a lot of things has been changed, and the experience leads you to understand this kind of this feeling of nervous, and the good thing is, Friday is going to be one of the most important days of my life, and I'm so prepared for that day. I don't feel nervous, pressured at all. I'm not just ready. I'm actually more relaxed than any fights that I did in my life. So that's good. I think that's my moment. Like I said, I don't feel nervous and pressured at all. I just feel relaxed, and I know I belong to this level.
Good luck, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Danny?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
So you mentioned that this fight is very meaningful. Can you expand on what this fight means for you, and why is it special than others? Because you have like over 30 fights.
Yeah. First of all, I'm fighting my first main event, my first 5 rounds. That's really meaningful. Now, I think everybody that makes a main event in a big promotion, it's a very special moment. But what really makes important and meaningful, it's fighting against the guy who come from the family that made us work here. Gracie family, they're so important to me, not just for me, but for all the fight community. That I feel like there's something meaningful in this fight. When we make a deal to fight Neiman, I was thinking about the very beginning of my career, and the first time that I watched Goiti Gracie, Hickson Gracie. Then I thought, well, it must be a meaning on that. And I think this is, I will I will find it Friday night. What is the meaning of that? But I think it's a really good thing. But yeah, my first main event, 5 rounds against the Gracie, and I feel like this is really I'm on my prime.
And you're a very well-rounded fighter, but you've mainly stood out due to your superb jiu-jitsu, and obviously we know the prestige that comes in the grappling community with the name of Gracie, and you've mentioned that. Do you want to take the fight to the ground? Do you want to test your grappling against Neiman's? Is that something that you look forward to?
I would love, but it's not a matter of I never see the fight game like I want to test myself. I want to, it would be too stupid if I do that just for my ego or something. Like I said before, I'm going to win the fight. If I had to fight 5 rounds in the ground, I'm good. If I had to go 5 rounds in the striking, I'm also pretty good and comfortable. It's all about taking the right opportunities. Don't make mistakes. make him make a lot of mistakes and take that chance that holes and take advantage of it. This is my mentality for this fight. Take advantage and make him make a lot of mistakes. That's the plan. That doesn't matter where it's going to happen the fight.
And last one for me. You mentioned how you feel in your prime. You're just 29 years old. You have a world of experience. And through 155, you've gone on these really good stretches. But every time that you sort of had to take the big step up that's going to get you right a title shot or put you right there, you've come up short. Do you feel like 170, the move to 170 plus all the lessons that you've been through in the past years, do you feel like this is all leading to maximize your full potential and one day seeing Goiti in a title shot, in a title fight here in Bellator at 170 pounds?
Yeah, sure. Those things that happened to me is, there's, like I said, it has to have some reason, and I'm good with that. Even those fights that I clearly got robbed, I'm good with that. And I don't have nothing to complain about. I'm just good with it. I think 170 is a good opportunity to prove that I was doing something wrong, especially with the weight. Like I said, I feel so good and strong and even faster in this weight. So health is not everything, but everything is nothing without health, and that's a good thing to me. Becoming a healthier person, a healthier fighter makes me a better athlete. So I think this time I can work on my full potential and correct all my mistakes that I've done in my past fights.
Thank you. Best of luck on Friday. Looking forward to the fight.
Jason?
Hey, Goiti. First of all, what does it mean for you as well to this being your first main event, especially for someone being a longtime fighter for Bellator?
Well, it means a lot. It means a lot. Fighting a main event of a big promotion is like it's like a prime for any athlete in this sport. So it's a pleasure. I see it as a big opportunity. I'm so honored to make part of it. And like I said before, don't feel pressure at all. Don't feel uncomfortable at all. I'm just good and happy to make it, and I'm sure I'm 100% confident that I'm gonna win this fight.
And as well, not only with it being a main event, but now that the main events for Bellator are 5-minute rounds, does that excite you? Do you feel that that gives you an advantage to push the fight into deep waters where Neiman's already had that experience?
Yeah, my coach, I was said to me, even when I was a kid, you was born to make 5 rounds. I'm a 5 rounds fighter. I think 3 rounds is not too much to me. Conditioning, the gas thing, it was never a problem to me. So even because I'm jiu-jitsu fighter, so I need time. Time, it's more important than intensity to me. So I will use my coach's words. I was born to make 5 rounds, so I'm very excited.
And last thing for me, Goiti, obviously, you've been on quite a hot streak. It seems like, what's been the biggest turning point for you? Is it moving up in weight class, or is it just finding a new confidence in MMA because you've been on the best run of your career?
Yeah, not just the weight class, but a lot of things changed in my personal life. Not just my personal life, but my own mentality. It changed a lot. You get really when you get older, you start to realize that you know nothing. That's what I realized a couple of years ago. and I started, to push myself in a different ways, not push myself, physically, but mentally. That's what matters. That's what it's all about. MMA, it's a mental game. So in training game has changed a little bit. I got more partners today. The way I train, it's a way better than I used to. So yeah, not just moving up to the weight class, but I made a lot of change in my in my professional life, but also in my personal and mentality.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Goiti. Best of luck Friday.
Thank you so much, sir.
Paul?
Hello, thank you. Paul Casanova, EDF Sports. You just touched on it a little bit. We've talked about how you've been there for 9 years and all. Can you talk a little bit about your training and how it's changed over this time? And did you do anything different considering the importance of this fight?
Yeah. When I thought that I changed something in my training camp, one thing that I changed is having a good times. Not just good time training, but outside the gym. Make some fun. And the most important thing that I learned in the last year is recovery. When we are young, we don't care about it, But as long as you keep developing your skills and your mental game, you need to recover. I realized that when I proper recovery, I'm just another fighter. I made movements that I never did in my life just because there's a huge science behind the recovery. So I've been thinking about it in the last year, and I applied for this camp, and I felt like I never felt before. I'm so strong and ready for this fight.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.